characters, they all seem to have a spike damage. Just be careful about how you use them because they do have extremely low amounts of range. Another thing is smash canceling. If you get hit by a smash attack and you need to get out of it as quick as possible, the best way to do it is by holding it down. Platforms are that was a lot of luck and a lot of everything. Alright, now you've seen basically how you fight in combat at the hardest difficulty. I'm going to show you exactly what you can use in training during the tournament. Alright, first of all, get the feel for your joystick. Your joystick is basically how you're going to be getting around a lot. A lot of characters you can basically keep dashing forward. This is probably the fastest way to get around. Also be careful of trip mechanics when you're doing it, because you will fall over if you do it too quickly. Another way you can probably figure it out is by dash dancing, so you can get a feel of how to move. It's a good way of faking your opponent out. This game is a lot of psychology when you're playing other people rather than the computer. The computer basically can track everywhere you're going. Now, once you get a feel for your joystick, you're going to want to figure out how to do it. Sorry, hold on just one moment. I need to adjust my controller real quick again here. As you see, I'm tapping up on the stick and it's not making me fly at this moment. This will allow you to do your strong attacks fairly easier and be able to combo things the way you see fit. Now another thing is, your tilt attacks are probably going to be your most used attacks, basically any character. You really don't want to ignore them, because if you do, it could be fatal for you. As you see, I'm basically walking, I'm not really running. This allows me to pull out my tilt attacks a little bit easier rather than do the dash attack, which takes a lot of time. If you use a lot of your time trying to use these dash attacks, you're going to end up hurting yourself. Now another thing you can learn is basically you want to chain everything you possibly can. Alright, the This next one I'm going to show you is basically your quick fall. This is going to be used a lot, especially in tournament fights, especially when you need to get back to the ground as quick as possible. Do a quick short jump, do your attack, and then fall down. Just keep tapping down. As you see, I can pretty much do it off to a quick area. Be careful about landing up next to your opponent when you fall, because you do have a recovery time. It's usually with all characters. Some characters like Sheik, Pikachu, and a few others can basically recover as soon as they land. Very useful little tricks that you can use. And the next thing you're going to want to learn is your up B attack, down B attack, right B. Obviously, they all have special effects and things that you can do with them. With Marth, you can chain a couple of them together, which first you want to do is, first thing you can do is your sword dance, hit the first two, and then wait a second, and then you can up attack. You don't want to pull out this third attack, because by the time you're able to pull out the third attack, you'll knock them away, far enough to where they can get away. As you just saw. Now another thing is, if you have a character that can counter, be careful of that counter time. It's very quick, and it's hard to do it. I especially recommend using the counter when you're being chained into an attack. Usually that slight pause is enough time to pull off the counter to where you do not get back. Now, your next thing you're going to want to learn is your dodge. These are extremely useful in combat. You want to use them as much as you possibly can because it's faster to dodge rather than it is to just move to a different area. These are last minute things, so they do require some practice. I recommend a lot of you at home get your practice in as much as possible. This way you can learn how to attack and dodge when you need to. Now another thing is, when you're on the ledge, try not to use the attack, because if you try to use the attack, you're going to end up hurting yourself. Let's see if I can do this right. You're on the ledge right here. It's best to just try to jump up or drop down and then jump up, assuming you have good control, unlike me, and you're usually all over the place during a battle. Also, another thing with your little aerial attacks that you can do, you can actually charge more than one attack in a combo. Just be careful about how you do it, because if your enemy catches you, you're pretty much done. And like I said, you need to learn your strengths and weaknesses of your own character. Each character usually has their own special ability that you can use. Mars is hitting you with the tip of his blade, which does a lot more damage and throws him back farther. And then Closer is just mainly just for damage purposes. Now, the next thing you want to learn is your grabs. I've never really had any luck with these. You use them as much as possible, because if they do have a counter, you're going to use some other type of attack for it. Usually, try every single time you are able to, when you get a grab off, try to hit them at least twice with a regular attack, just to knock off a couple of extra percentage. Just remember, in this game, the more percentage you have, the more damage you can do. The more damage you can do, the farther you can make it fly. That's a meteor spike, folks. Some of these maneuvers, a lot of people aren't going to be able to pull off. Meteor spikes, these little quick jumps. And some of the extra combo moves. Like that. They're not going to be 100% all the time. You're going to have mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. You just have to learn to deal with it and move on. Anyways, that's basically it for Mark. You can use this with basically any character. I'll even show you. You can grab, maybe say, I want to say Bowser, and use the same tactics as basically Mark. Now this is a completely and totally different character. Obviously, you got your same amount of recoil time after you do a dash attack, which ends up leaving you wide open. You have your strong attacks that you can use at your own leisure. And you have your regular basic attacks. Once again, these also have your B buttons and being able to change them into other attacks while they're on the ground. Now, let's talk about smash attacks for a minute here. Smash attacks are all well and dandy, but don't use it unless you know you're going to hit. Otherwise, it's a complete waste of time. You're going to recoil and you're going to get punished for it. Anyways, so the computer on attack. Some of these. Hey, stop. Like I said, you can use these tactics with basically any character that you come across. Same with the short jump. I mean, Bowser is extremely large, but he can still do it.
What is that, $60 a month? Can we change it to $6? No, I'm gonna go to that review if you want to have that.
And that's basically it. That's all you really need to know.
Yeah, but the computer sucks. Remember what happened? Oh.
Hold on just one moment. We're going to do something a little more entertaining. Computers are obviously computers, as my friend here said that you just heard. And yes, they stink. So, since he so graciously volunteered, come here. No, you're coming here. Come over here. This here is one of our players. He comes by every so often. This is Lucas. Lucas, say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
You're on Twitch. I'm on Twitch. And he's got his tail because he decided to leave it here. We put it in some of the pictures.
I got another one.
Yeah, look, he's got another one here too.
This one's long. You get that this weekend?
Yeah. So, Lucas, since you want to volunteer to be my test dummy, we have Super Smash Bros. Tournament going on tonight over in Spring Hill. It's being hosted by Dragon. And I was just showing folks here some advanced tactics that you can use in combat. So since you decided you wanted to join into this, I'm going to get you a controller. You're going to sit down with me. We're going to have a match.
Okay.
And I'm going to show them how to use basically all these advanced tactics in a real life match.
Alright. I can play for like a little bit now. I have a class at 5. Or I could do 6. Pretty fast. Where's that? Oh my stats. Good deal.
Deal.
How many people watching right now?